Media.
You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
I think I'm on. Welcome back to Brownies Evolutions Elevations. When you hear that music, you know what time it is. It's time for Tell Me Something Good with my good brother Nathaniel Lee. And today, y'all, they're going to be talking about self-help, black farming, independence, and all of those things. Again, if we wasn't scared, what would we be doing? We'd be feeding ourselves. Brother Nathaniel Lee, tell us something good. Take it away.
Greetings to you, Brother Shamari, and our Word family, both those of you listening on the radio, 96.1 FM, 900 AM, and to those watching who's streaming us live on our Facebook page and or our website. I welcome you today, and happy Friday to you all. Today, as Brother Shamari said, we have a very, very special topic that's dear to my heart because I believe all of us are people of land, that we have accepted the steel and concrete environments which we now largely inhabit and gave up our love for the trees and the soil and the grass, fresh fruits, vegetables, and now we're eating McDonald's and all these other things, that we have so readily adapted to it. And I understand the process that went into making this happen. You know, it's not completely our fault. It was something that was done to us by perpetual abuse, psychological trauma, and all kind of hardships. I do understand that, but we have to begin talking about, well, the problem didn't come from us, but the solutions must come from us. And so today we're going to tell you something good, but we're going to mix it a little bit because there's some sad news as well. So we're going to talk about the land. We're going to talk about food sovereignty. We're going to talk about not only that, but let me mention a fact before I introduce my guests. In 1910, black farmers had more than 16 million acres of land. We were 14%.
Experience rugged mountains and impeccable service with Rocky Mountaineer as you journey by rail from Vancouver to Banff or Jasper. Rocky Mountaineer.
Of the farmers in the United States. Today we are down to 4.7 million acres of land. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And we are less than 2% of the farming population in the United States. Less than 4%. Now this wasn't simply something that we've done on our own. We didn't simply give up our land. We were chased off our land. We were harassed off our land. We had our land stolen, etc. But it is time for us to return, those of us who want to. And so for that, we have members of the Black Farmers Co-op who are very dear to me. I'm a member. As you can see, I'm wearing my Black Farmers Co-op shirt. I am a member of the Black Farmers Co-op. They are doing some great things. And so I see Farmer Levi is here. We also have joining us on the line Sister Amanda, who's going to introduce herself. And we have Krista Barfield. Love Krista Barfield as well. And she is known as Farmer John. I've been out there a couple of times. And look, I'm going to say this. I'm going to preface this before. And I'm going to save, Krista, I'm going to save your introduction for last because I want to make a special comment about something I've heard happening there. But I'm going to preface that by saying this. Brothers and sisters, not only are we being chased off our land, but those who have land, who retain some I don't believe in ownership of land, occupancy of land, I'll call it. Those who have occupancy of the land are being harassed and sabotaged. And it's incumbent upon us, especially the brothers who's charged with the protection of our community, to join together to do something about it. We dare not let people harass our sisters. We dare not our brothers either, any of us. But let me tell you something. You will not harass America, and I'm saying this to America beyond us, the America beyond us, those who perpetrate these things. Guess what? Get ready for a fight. We do not we will not allow you to harass our people and there be no response. And so we're going to introduce, first of all, Farmer Levi. Greetings to you. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about what you do?
Okay, peace and benedictions to everybody out there. My name is Farmer Levi. I'm a part of the Black Farmers Co-op. I'm the education director for Farmers Co-op and the Black Farmers Co-op. The name of my organization is New Minds, New Earth. We find solutions for urban for food production in urban areas and for families, and we deal with urban agricultural education as well as upliftment and areas of economics here throughout the city of Philadelphia and even internationally. So that's who I am overall. And one of the key things about our organization is we also teach hydroponics. So we are also working in teaching people food production on a home front basis, especially for people who are dealing with land issues or dealing with being able to produce food where they are due to land restrictions.
Good. Farmer Levi, first of all, let me say this. Your name come up in a lot of circles when agriculture is mentioned, when people talk about the land and food sovereignty. All you hear is Farmer Levi, Farmer Levi. And I'm like, yes, I know him. I'm a member with him. I'm a member of the Black Farmers Co-op. So I feel good being associated with you. Before I introduce the rest of our guests, and I believe we have some people on the line, but tell me why food sovereignty is so important. Like, you can go into a supermarket and get your fruit. You can go into a supermarket and pick up some vegetables. So why is urban farming or farming, and especially black farming, why is it so important when you can just get it packaged and go pick it up?
Well, number one, all of the food that comes into the majority of the food that we have in this environment comes from somewhere else. And when you depend solely on food that comes from somewhere else, which can be politically, the price of that food can be politically influenced. The access to that food can be politically influenced and can be stopped or halted or disturbed. Then that means your family is without. And so we as a people should not be without food because of others when we have our own environment. When you have to depend on food coming from 3,000 miles, 2,000 miles away, 9,000 miles away, you're in bad shape. Though the people in those territories can begin to disturb prices, if not your own government. So therefore, the people in this country, in the states, in the cities, especially in the cities, should look into be able to produce for themselves, because being completely dependent on someone else for what is a God-given right, your natural living right, is a crime.
It's not.
You should not be starving and wondering whether or not you can pay your phone bill, your food bills, your energy bills. You shouldn't have to wonder whether or not you and your children.
And Farmer Levi, absolutely. And I'm gonna go one step further. Not only is it crazy, it's suicide. It is suicide.
Yes, it is.
When you depend
it's the reason
upon,
why Rome.
Mm-hmm. No, when you depend.
It's the reason why Rome fell.
Absolutely. When you depend upon those who have historically not been your friends to control your food sources, that's suicide. And so
yes, it is.
I'm going to go, and for the sake of time, I know I said I was going to interview Krista Barfield last, but I would like to, at least to acknowledge herself. Krista Barfield, a.k.a. Farmer John. If anyone haven't seen the farm, I've been there twice. Oh, by the way, Krista, my mother loved that Vesta hot pepper sauce that you have.
That sauce.
Oh, wow.
I'm so glad.
She loves it. I said, okay, I'll go get two bottles. They're gone. But first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about Farmer John Market.
Oh, sure. So my name is Krista Barfield. I'm the CEO and founder of Farmer John Agriculture. We're a multi-location, multi-site farm. We're 128 acres across 3 counties in Pennsylvania. So we really focus on the urban and suburban connection with some rural influence to be able to educate other farmers on how to increase capacity as a grower, as a farmer, increasing production, feeding as many people as you can with whatever space that you have. And then I myself do have a retail location at our largest location, which is in Chester County, about 45 minutes outside of Philadelphia. and 3,000 square foot store retail where we support a number of local growers. Also, a lot of local makers, small business products, such as that hot sauce that you're mentioning. It's from a local maker, and we're bringing another location into the city, which will be one of many, but the first one is going in Kensington section of Philadelphia. And that's coming in the pipeline. Construction is underway, and so really Farmer Joan is really about reintroducing farming into the lifestyles of urban people. That's how we started, and that's really where my heart and soul is, being as though I am a Philadelphian. I'm definitely a city girl. So that's a little about me and what we do.
Absolutely. And I believe that we have some people on the line. Do we have a couple of people who are on the line? I didn't. If so, if you could introduce yourself right now. And if not, we're going to go straight back to Farmer Levi. Farmer Levi, tell us about the Black Farmers Co-op. You mentioned what you do, but tell us, what is the Black Farmers Co-op for those who may be living under a rock someplace, and what you do and how? Well, you are on mute. Farmer Levi, you're on mute. Okay. That's all right. We forgive you.
There we go. Black Farmers Co-op is a network and a community of growers from all around the city.
Come on,
Excuse me. We are a co-op in a network of growers and entrepreneurs and people with various businesses around the world as well as here. And our job is basically to help galvanize as many growers as well as producers and entrepreneurs to empower the people, as well as to connect and create a power center that can educate, because we work in the schools as well. So that's who we are. That's what we do.
Great. And I've seen you out, and in fact, Krista, yourself, and Farmer Levi, both of you, you do a lot of, not only do you supply food, you grow and you supply it so that people can have healthy, nurturing foods, but you also educate the people. So they walk away not only having the opportunity to get fresh fruits and vegetables, because our diet is maybe one of the number one causes of why we're facing some of the diseases we face as a people. So when you eat fresh fruits and vegetables, it's more than just eating fresh fruits and vegetables. It's longevity as well. But you guys educate people so that when they leave, not only do they have fresh fruits and produce in their bags, but they have new knowledge in their heads that they can carry with them to continue living in a healthy manner in the future. So, Krista, tell me about your educational services, products, activities. You're on mute, Krista. This is a mute day. This is the.
Oh, there we go.
We got you.
But before I became a farmer, you hear me? Okay. Before I became a farmer, I worked in healthcare for 10 years. My degree is in healthcare administration, so I've managed many practices and hospitals across the region, and transitioned, not thinking that I would become a farmer. Never even touched soil before 2018, but by happenstance, I took a vacation to Martinique, my very first time out of the country after resigning from my job in 2018, and I was met by Black farmers. Just so happened that the home I was staying in was owned by Black farmers, and I didn't know that before going. So food as medicine is ingrained in me. It's definitely how I look at and see what agriculture is meant to be, and that's also why I believe agriculture is the culture. You alluded to diet-related disease. Being a lot of what plagues the Black and brown communities. And so that's why it's so important for me to be growing in the manner that we do, where we take care of soil first in order to lead to healthy food that leads to healthy bodies. So, getting that access, increasing production as much as we can to capacity build so that we can provide as much food as we can back down into the city is really the goal of what Farmer Joan does here at our larger location as well as our smaller one closer to Philly.
Mm-hmm. And I've been watching you. You do a great job doing just that. Farmer Levi, the educational events, products, services offered by...
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put this out there, and we'll also send this flyer out. Let's Grow 2024 free hydroponic workshops at Global Leadership Academy, 5200 Pine Street, Philadelphia, PA. The 3 dates is going to be September 28th, October 26th, and November 9th. at Global Leadership Academy. The times is 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Again, that's a free hydroponics workshop at Global Leadership Academy, September 28th, October 26th, and November 9th. The first 25 people to register, you get free hydroponic kits that you can start growing.
Now, Farmer
and
Levi,
sprouting with.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to say that all again. But really what I'm looking for is throughout the year, you have the black farmers have events that educate the people, that teach the people how to, why it's important to eat healthy food, where to get them from, what to avoid, and how to do so themselves. Tell us about some of those activities you've done over the years. And then we'll also
So I've been a part of many different projects throughout the city. So I'm one of the first people to help found North Philly Peace Park. That's one agricultural site and particular agricultural project that is not only in North Philadelphia, but that's spread to West Philadelphia. I've helped to restructure and regenerate Mill Creek Farm right here in West Philadelphia at 49th Brown. And right now we're working at Southwest Leadership Academy at 58th and Thomas and Whitby off of Cobbs Creek Parkway, on Cobbs Creek Parkway. That's 2 acres, and we are right now growing there. And that's soon to be an actual farm and agricultural education site for Southwest Leadership Academy. So that's what we're on the move to doing right now. And we ask all of you to come out and support, because it's for you, your children, and your families.
Absolutely. And it is important. I'm going to echo that. It is important that if we're going to have these things, we're talking about taking something from a concept, the concept of food sovereignty, to a reality of actually having the food on your plate and in your kitchen, et cetera.
Yes, sir.
So when these things happen, they're not done by osmosis. They're done by a lot of hard work and effort and people working to till the soils, to grow the foods, et cetera. When we come back, we're going to introduce some guests that we have on the phone. We have Dr. Simmons and we have Angie, I believe. So we're going to be back and introduce them right after these messages.
Hey, Word listeners, Hers has been a proud sponsor of our station for many years. Since 1946, they've been rooted in Philly, making great chips and snacks. For many of us, Hers are the chips we grew up with. And with over 60 flavors, like their classic crisp and tasty original barbecue and sour cream and onion. Plus, new favorites like jalapeno kettle and red hot. Whether you're going to the beach, a barbecue, or a block party, this summer, grab a bag of Hers and bring a piece of Philly with you. Hers, the local favorite that's rooted in Philly.
Meet Amanda. She loves to start her day by heading to her favorite coffee shop.
Morning, Amanda. Black coffee, no sugar.
Then, she usually takes the long way to share a little treat with Coco, Mrs. Lopez's little terrier. And when Amanda arrives to open the Keystone First Wellness and Opportunity Center, Mr. Freeman is always there.
You always on time, Amanda.
Always on time, Mr. Freeman.
Amanda has been a community health educator at Keystone First for over 15 years. She knows this community as well as the community knows her. As a local health plan, we don't only take care of members. For over 35 years, we have known them as neighbors, friends, and family. As Southeastern Pennsylvania's largest medical assistance managed care health plan, our roots run deep. Visit KeystoneFirstPA.com to learn how we can help you get care and stay well.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the reason to get started.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
Yep. You already know what time it is, man. It's your girl POC. Turn your radios up.
Tune into our groundbreaking environmental justice program, Eco Word Magazine, hosted by POC. Fridays at 10 a.m. on WURD, 900 a.m. and 96.1 FM, Progressive Black Talk Media. Streaming online at wordradio.com, on social, and on the Word Radio app.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Days with Brother Shamari on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And welcome back, Word Radio family. And this is Nathaniel Lee in a segment here on Groundings, a segment called Tell Me Something Good. We're continuing our discussion about black farming, the state of black farmers, urban black farms, and all things related. And we have Krista Barfield of Farmer John Agriculture. We also have Farmer Levi of the Black Farmers Co-op, of which I am a member, a proud member. You can see the shirt. And I understand that Krista has to go real soon, so I wanted her to give her information if she's still there. Krista, if you would like to give your information before you leave us, so that people can follow you, and I'd like to have you back because I wanted to talk about an incident that occurred with you. But if you don't have the time, we can just get your information.
Yeah, definitely. I can just give a quick overview. Unfortunately, Farmer John, my location in Westchester, was the target of a hate crime. This is the second one that we've had, one in the spring and one the beginning of this month in August. And, these heinous acts will not be tolerated, and we are hosting an event on August 24th to bring out community, to be able for people to come from near and far, to come see what it is that we've been building for almost 2 years at this particular location, and to just be a part of the community, understand what regenerative organic is, why it's important to take care of the soil, why it's important to our health of people and definitely of planet. And August 24th, I will make sure that you get the information so that you can push it out to your network. So we're hosting an Only Love Grows Here event. And from 9 to 3, so it's free flowing, and there will be farm tours taking place. We'll do You Pick Flowers. Our store will be open. And I'll be around. My whole team will be around, from every department, from livestock to overall farm management to the flower farmer to myself, our retail manager. Everybody's going to be here so that all questions can be asked and answered and interact with our chickens and all the jazz. So just looking for a community to come out and support. And and to just be in solidarity along with Farmer John with this mission. And, as a people, I would appreciate any and all black and brown support that's able to make it as well.
Great. How can people find out more about you? How can they contact you?
Yeah, certainly find me on Instagram. That's one way, which is Farmer John, JAWN, the Philly word, and you can find us on Instagram. And then you also can head over to our website, which is also farmerjohn.co. And all the information about us and what we do and how to get to us and where all of our locations and events and educational opportunities are all listed there as well.
Krista Barfield, I want to thank you. I know you have to go. I appreciate it, and I want you to know right now that anything I could do to support you, and especially against some of these attacks and the harassment that you've been undergoing, please let me know, and I'll be glad to do it. At any event, please contact me off the air, and we can maybe plan something. But again, thank you for being our guest.
Thank you for having me as your guest, and thank you, Farmer Levi. Great to be on a call with you as well, and shout out to the whole Black Farmer Co-op. Look forward to seeing y'all soon.
No problem. Thank you.
Great. And
yes, bye-bye.
And we appreciate that. And we're going to go right to our guest on the phone. And we do have, thanks to Brother Shamari, we do have a little extra time because we ran a little over, and it's kind of difficult with a topic like this to cover as much as you need to cover. There's never enough time. So, Brother Shamari, I thank you for that. We have a little additional time. So we have on the line, we have Dr. Carol Simmons. Doctor, greetings to you. Introduce yourself and tell us who you are, what you do.
Oh, greetings, Brother Nate. I'm Dr. Carol Simmons. I'm the Executive Director of the Black Farmers Co-op, and proud to say that. And as I listen to your show, the Black Farmers Co-op, we're addressing the impact and the value of growing your own food. That is our primary goal, is to educate and to demonstrate to our community, our youth, our adults, our seniors, the value of growing your own food, because that will allow us to be independent and to control the quality of our food.
Absolutely. That's so important, that quality, because where in nature do you find seedless watermelons? Where in nature do you find seedless fruit? These things are genetically modified, and they're accepted in the market. In America, there are some things that are sold on the shelves in American supermarkets that you can't find. Other countries will not allow, because they love their people. You know, they don't all put profits before their people. There's some things that they will, you find in America that you will not. Farmer Levi, for those who can't see, he's showing the watermelon and it has seeds in it. Because when we grow our own food, not only can we ensure, we can guarantee that it has the quality that we need, that it remains nutritious, but you know this, that it's not going to be something that people use, that a profit before the people. It's going to be the people before the profit. And when you put the people first, you do profit. When you put the people first, you do profit. Capitalism has it wrong. So tell me, Doc, you know, you've been doing this for quite some time. Where did it all begin? Where did the Black Farmers Co-op begin?
Over 2 years ago, we presented our first farmers market. It was Sankofa Farms, Mill Creek, and we have farmers in Delaware and Maryland.
Wow.
And at that particular farmers market, we have a farmer in Florida and North Carolina. But it's not cost effective to bring the produce up from that distance. So that's how we got started. And the people would say to us, when are you going to have another one? To this day, we had people, a couple organizations lined up that want us to do farmers markets. But I want to say to the listening audience, it's not like going to a supermarket. Mm-hmm. We just cannot go in there and say, I want five lemons. It depends on what the farmers are growing. So at our farmers market last Saturday, mm-hmm. we had the sweetest corn ever from Maryland. Mm-hmm. And we had squash, and we had peppers, and heirloom tomatoes. So it depends on what the farmers have ready. So when you go to a farmer's market, just be open and just look at what is available and get it.
But one of the things,
everything we have is organically grown.
I was just about to say, one of the things you can guarantee, you know, you may not be able to say what's here and what's not, because it depends upon the ground. But one thing, no matter what's there, what's available, you can guarantee that it's organic.
Yes, absolutely. We don't do anything else. And also, we are partners with Cheney University.
Go Cheney.
Go Cheney. Hydroponics with Dr. Hughes. The best butterleaf lettuce you'll ever eat. And fresh basil. I made pesto just yesterday. Mm-hmm. Absolutely delicious. And the hydroponic lettuce lasts. If you keep it in the refrigerator and not in the coldest part, but in the front, that lettuce will last you for a good period of time.
Doc, we also have, I believe, Angie on the line. Am I correct? Do we have Angie on the line? If so, Angie, could you introduce yourself? If not, okay, we do not. So, Doc,
yeah,
the Black Farmers Co-op. asked Farmer Levi this, and I'm going to ask you as well. A lot of education. You mentioned the people who you collaborate with to bring the farmers market to our urban communities here in Philadelphia, which is beautiful. I love that collaboration because we don't see collaboration to the degree that we should across the board, not just in agriculture, but across the board. We do not see that here as much as we should. How difficult is it? How challenging is it to get people from Delaware, Maryland, all of these different places to come together and to provide the produce and the vegetables? But I'm going to ask you to hold on to that because we are going to stop for a break. But we're going to hold on. But I want you to answer what it's like bringing all of this to the people when we return.
Yes. Nate, are we going to a break? You said.
It's the WURD Hot 60.
Hot 60.
Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed from Wake Up with Word.
Add this to the Olympic bronze medal controversy that's...
Nuclear energy works 24/7, 365.
And you know what's coming out of the towers?
Yeah, it's just water vapor. So refreshing.
It's now officially a hot mess. The Court of Arbitration for Sport did not reach out to the right U.S. officials as the court prepared for last week's Romanian appeal of Jordan Child's bronze medal, according to USA Today. The court was supposed to notify both sides, the United States and Romania, but ended up contacting the wrong U.S. officials. In a statement, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee did say this. There were critical errors in both the initial scoring by the International Gymnastics Federation. As a result, we were not properly represented or afforded the opportunity to present our case comprehensively. Now look, I love that the U.S. Olympic Committee is supporting the sister, but if they had done the right thing in the first place, Jordan Child wouldn't be in this mess. America has to fix this for this sister because her life's work shouldn't suffer for someone else's mistake.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds you missed on Wake Up with Word on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
JD's Auto Body and Painting, Philly's premier painted body shop, provides everything you need for expert auto body repairs. Car accidents are an unexpected occurrence. It's stressful, interrupts your life, and causes unexpected expenses. So let JD's professional staff and expert technicians relieve your stress and get your car back to pre-accident condition fast. Get your free estimates with 10% savings today. Call 215-848-5949. JD's Auto Body and Painting, Wayne Avenue in Washington Lane in Philadelphia. Gets the job done right the first time. Expert workmanship, frame service, top-of-the-line painting, detailing, free towing, claims assistance, deductible help, and all work is guaranteed. Find out what it feels like to be a valued customer. Call 215-848-5949. Philly's leader in auto body and painting, JD's Auto. Visit JD'sAutoBodyAndPainting.com. Hey, this is Doug Henderson, and I trust my car repairs to JD's Auto Body and Painting.
Please hold for a very important message.
The new hours for the Dell box office have been changed. Monday and Wednesday is 10 to 2, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 to 5.
Standing up for everyday Americans is at the very foundation of who Kamala Harris is. Raised in a middle-class home by a working mother who instilled in her a passion for justice and equality. That's why when Kamala Harris became district attorney, she stood up for our kids, keeping them safe by prosecuting sex offenders. She also pioneered a program to give nonviolent drug offenders a second chance. As president, Kamala Harris will continue the fight for everyday Americans. She's already lowered the cost of your health insurance and medications. Insulin is now capped at $35 for seniors. But there's more to do because mortgages, rents, groceries, and utility bills are still too high. Harris's plan to fix it? Build more homes to lower prices and make the wealthy and billionaires pay their fair share so we get a break. All her life, Kamala Harris has been standing up for us, and she doesn't plan to stop anytime soon.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for president.
Join Philadelphia City Council President Kenyatta Johnson on Saturday, August 24th from 12 noon to 8 p.m. at 22nd and Point Breeze Avenue in South Philadelphia for his annual Community Appreciation Day. The festival's featured artists are Maya, Silk, and rappers Kwame and Core. The event will also offer free food, entertainment, and fun for the whole family. Kids can get free book bags and school supplies while supplies last. Attend Council President Johnson's annual Community Appreciation Day Festival on Saturday, August 24th from noon to 8 p.m., rain or shine. For more information, contact Council President Johnson's office at 215-686-3412. That's 215-686-3412.
Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia.
Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
And now, back to Groundings with Brother Shamari on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And welcome back to the 3 o'clock hour. Groundings, Evolutions, Elevations with Brother Shamari. Tell me something good when my brother Nathaniel Lee continues as they discuss and we discuss the power and the purpose and the importance of black farming. Nathaniel Lee, take it away.
All right, much appreciated, my brother. And so we were asking Dr. Simmons, we were asking her about what things went into organizing, collaborating with people from not only here within Pennsylvania, but surrounding counties and states to pull off the farmers markets when they do. So, Doctor, tell me some of the things you have to go through to make all of this happen.
Well, at first I want to acknowledge our partner, Get Fresh Daily, where we are housed at 52nd and Pine once a month. We partner with them, Get Fresh Daily, and so that gives us, we go there once a month. That gives us a month to call different farmers. I'm always asking weekly, what are you growing? What will be ready? And it's an ongoing process. The once they have the crop, then they have to transport it to us. So it's very interesting, but it works because they care. They want us to have their organic product, and it is a labor of love. You have to really care about what you're eating and what you are presenting to our community. So when they walk up to our table, we are proud to say it is organic. And here's the farmer that grew it. Because a lot of times the farmers come and they stay. Mm-hmm. So it is a process. It does work, and we're very pleased with it. And a special thank you to Get Fresh Daily.
Absolutely. Thank you, Get Fresh Daily. We appreciate you and what you do. You know, one thing, I've gone to a few of your events. You host regular events in the community, and a lot of them, there's presentations and people learning about aquaponics and other features of agriculture. And you also, again, provide the
Discover TheraTears, like no other dry eye drop in the world, with the 5 vital electrolytes found in natural tears. TheraTears is one-of-a-kind hydration that feels like silk. TheraTears, a drop like no other.
Fresh fruits and vegetables that are so necessary for our healthy continuation as a people.
Yeah.
But one of the things I noticed, Farmer Levi, sometimes I sit and I watch him, and he is so passionate about sharing with the community. I mean, he gets in, he have his displays, his presentations, and he answer questions, and people get fixated on his presentations and what he offers. And I think I can't help but think that they walk away with a whole new like almost like they're walking on air after spending time with him, learning things that they haven't known. Farmer Levi, I'm going to ask you, these presentations, you look like you really enjoy it. Tell me what you experience when you're sharing with the community. You're on mute.
Before he comes on, I'm going to say he is remarkable. and he loves what he's doing, and he has a way about explaining it so that you want to take your hydroponic kit home right then and there and start the process. Am I right, Brother Levi?
Oh, yes. I want to give a shout out to Think and Grow Farms and Think and Grow Solutions, the hydroponic education group and developers of Philadelphia. Stay tuned for the Think and Grow Farm, Think and Grow Solutions hydroponic labs. They might be starting back very soon. I want to say what I feel is connection and fulfillment. Knowledge is getting directly to people, and resources are getting directly to people for them to go on their own and start, regardless of who, what, where, and why. When we equip every people with the tools they can use and the resources, they can go. And then when we give them that extra push and let them know that they're being supported in their ideas and what they're thinking about as far as growing plants, it helps fulfill the void. To know that we're going, we're moving, we're not standing still, we're not waiting.
Now,
so that's the beauty.
Absolutely, and I noticed that connection that you had with the people who attended your presentations, wherever you are. I saw you out in the community doing various places at various times, and always there was, not only did you share the information that you had, but you allowed for an opportunity for people to not only to ask questions, but you actually went there, like took the extra time to not only explain, to answer the questions, but to work them through actually so they could see it, so they kind of get it, if you know what I mean. And as someone who facilitated so many things myself, I caught that right off the bat, because that made you stand out.
Seeing is believing. We Moses had to do magic to help the children of Israel. So seeing is believing, and the more we can get people to lock on and to know that, hey, you can do this right where you are, even if you just thought about it. When you see something that's successful, that is simple, it actually will promote people to want to do more. So that's why I go the extra route.
I'm going to ask you both the same question, and I'll start with you, Dr. Carroll, and then I'll ask the same question of you, give you an opportunity to answer it, Farmer Levi. And I know what the sound bites are, but I'm going to ask you individually, personally, what would you like to see in the next 5-10 years with the urban farms, the Mill Creek Urban Farms, the Black Farmers Co-op? What is your hope, your personal vision, your personal aspirations? What is it you desire to see from them within the next 5-10 years?
It's very simplistic for me. That is throughout the city, miniature gardens and farms throughout the city. People realizing that they can use their front yard, their side yard, their backyard, and that they can grow certain things. And even if they coordinate it on the block, they could have a really large crop. Someone can do the tomatoes, somebody can do the cucumbers, and then share it. It brings about a sense of community. So that's what I would like to see. People realizing that you don't need a lot of land to grow your own food.
Farmer Levi, same question. In the next 5-10 years, what would you like to see?
The next 5 to 10 years. Directly with Dr. Carol Simmons just said, I like to put it in the word of community food networks, community growers, and food networks throughout the blocks. But to take it one step further, a unified markets, unified plant markets among the various blocks, the various gardens, the various small micro farms. If we have those gardens and farms that are solid, that they're locked in and able to do trade not only amongst each other, but they can fulfill the actual food networks amongst the people themselves. I think that will be awesome. And I know we're doing it right now, so we're going to just keep pushing to make it stronger.
That is so cool.
Nate,
yes.
Nate, can I beg you back on that?
You can, for a small nominal fee. Anything is possible.
I love you. I just want to vet you back on that because, we're having an event that addresses all of that on September 7th.
At Ace Hardware Home Services, we're bringing helpful to your home. For plumbing service, repair, and installation, trust our service providers to help keep your home operating at its best. Contact us today for your plumbing needs. Ace Hardware Home Services.
At 71st and Pascal Avenue. And we are presenting 15 workshops, 5 workshops at a time, and which will address, Brother Levi is doing the hydroponics. We have, all types of methods to grow, composting, how to acquire land, how to maintain it.
Wait a minute, Doc. I hate to interrupt you, but when you say how to acquire land, you had me right there.
Yeah,
I want some land.
Yes, we have a workshop on how to acquire land, how to get grants and funding. We're dealing with the financial part of it. We have health workshops because growing all this food, you got to know how to prepare it to be healthy. So we have 15 workshops scheduled for that September 7th at 71st and Pascal. And this is a family event. It's called Building Black Wealth Community Day. So for the family, for the children, we have a bouncy, water ice, popcorn, face painting, everything you can imagine to keep the children engaged and active while the workshops are going on. We are providing you with breakfast and lunch. So,
are you going to have some vegan stuff there for a brother like me?
Absolutely.
I know you are because you're a vegan yourself.
Yes, I am. And I just want people to realize this is the opportunity for the family to come out and learn about a host of topics. We have yoga. We have self-care. We have a host of topics that will impact the family and bring us together as a whole community.
So, Doc, let me get, and I see Brother Shamari. So I want to ask you one question. I'm going to ask you to give your and make it concise because our time is up. But I want you to give your contact information. But first, I want to ask you. You're talking about agriculture and you're talking about hydroponic farms and et cetera. So the name that you gave to your event is Building Black Wealth. How do you connect agriculture with building black wealth?
Because of the land.
Please elaborate.
You brought that up at the very beginning, how much land that black folks have lost in this country. And I want to say one thing in particular, to the audience, if you have family that has land down south, hold on to it, pay those taxes, keep the land in the family. So we're going to talk about all those things on September 7th. And you can reach us, Black Farmers Outreach at gmail.com. That's Black Farmers with an S, Outreach at gmail.com. And we'll be able to address any questions you may have about Building Black Wealth Community Day.
Okay, and great. And one more time, just say the date and the place, location for it, and then I'm going to ask Farmer Levi to give his contact information, and before I say goodbye to you both.
Yes, September 7th, Saturday. It's from 9 to 3. You get breakfast and lunch. Early birds, we have projects for early birds. And it's at the Southwest Leadership Academy at 7101 Pascal Avenue. Southwest Leadership Academy from 9 to 3. It is a day of information along with having fun for our families. It's a combination of things.
Thank you so much.
So before y'all sign off, I have a question for you both. It's 2024, and in many ways, this conversation we're at a decision point with our people where there's this one group who feels like our future is tied up into elections and voting and things of that nature, and then at the same time we're having conversations about the need for us to really become better stewards of the land and the things that we can control from more of a self-help perspective. And it's interesting because if I go back 100 or so years, I'm thinking about the similar kind of debate and dialogue between, say, W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. And it seems like the thinking of Booker T. Washington and that school of thought took a background to this idea of acculturation and being incorporated into the electoral process. I was wondering, both of you, just let's put some history into the conversation and where we are. If you go back 100 years, where do you think we are now collectively as a people, based on how we reconciled or didn't reconcile that discourse between Booker T. Washington and W.E.B. Du Bois and those schools of thoughts?
Wow, that's a powerful question.
Well, we've partially have and we partially haven't. Here's where we partially haven't. I like to deal with the reality of it. We discard. This is the disappointment, because at the end, Du Bois had to apologize. Du Bois in his pity apologized to everybody he ever spoke against, particularly Garvey and.
Nuclear energy works 24/7, 365.
And you know it's coming out of the towers?
Yeah, it's just water vapor. So refreshing.
And
Booker T.
Washington, thank you. So I would say that the discourse and the reality that we need to be involved with agriculture, and we need to be involved in those crafts which make a nation. I think we finally, from the mistake we've made, I think we finally realized we need to go back and pick the tools up. The part, this is a very, very trick question. I think the learning, the only thing we've gained in this, I think, is the learning.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn your back on your own ancestral knowledge and wisdom, and you don't develop skills for nationhood, for neighborhood, for nationhood, familyhood, you don't create. You miss the mark in creating economy because you didn't put that in place.
Gotcha.
Where we have not learned anything is that we've been too slew-footed on implementation. So I think 2024, 25 is like really putting the panic button. I think we're pushing the panic button right now and trying to speed up the realization. I think that's the good part here.
Dr. Simmons, your thoughts?
I agree with Levi, and I want to say, I want our community to truly value education and to pay attention to what's going on around them, connect the dots, and then do something. It's easy to complain, and I've been saying for the longest. If everyone did something, it would create something bigger than what we could ever imagine. We must tune in to ourselves and understand what our ancestors brought to us and to value it.
Yeah.
And to understand that everything that they are presenting to us today is not for us. So going back to the land, it does exactly what we need to have done. It grounds us.
And that's why this show is called Grounding. I appreciate that insight. It's funny. Spike Lee, I think it was 1989, came out with a movie called Do the Right Thing. And the movie was so fixated on what Sal and the Italians and the white people needed to do in order to do right by black people. But I think that right now in 2024, we need to remember again as black people to do the right thing for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So I want you all to give your contact information again and those upcoming dates of importance for the Black Farmers Co-op.
Okay, thank you. September 7th, we're having Building Black Wealth Community Day at 71st and Pascal Avenue at Southwest Leadership Academy. It's critical. From 9 to 3, we will provide you with breakfast and lunch and 15 workshops on a host of vital topics. And our next event is September the 28th. We have a farmers market, 52nd and Pine, but we also start our hydroponic workshop. Please reach out to us. Please come out and support these initiatives. So it's Black Farmers with a S outreach @gmail.com. And if you want to speak to me personally, because my number is on the flyer, so it's out there, 215-760-1857. 215-760-1857. That's if you have a direct question about what the Black Farmers Co-op, what we're doing, what we're about. We need everyone involved in this mission. This is a mission. And we're standing on what? On the shoulders of our ancestors. We have to do something to make our community stronger and grounded.
Ashe. Brother Levi, did you have your hand up?
Yep, I'm just letting y'all know I have to make a move, but I thank you all, and I'll see you there. Peace and benedictions.
Brother Farmer Levi, Dr. Carol Simmons, and Brother Nathaniel Lee, thank you for an uplifting and enriching segment of Tell Me Something Good, with the focus today on self-help and the role of Black farming in our economic, political, social, and cultural uplift. We're coming up on a commercial break. When we come back, the Black Consciousness Classroom with